It's March 4th and the sweet potatoes are growing like crazy. So time to prick them off, the potatoes, and get them into some water to grow our slips. I'm really surprised at how fast the sweet potatoes are growing. Last year it took at least a month or more for them to get started. This was literally a couple of weeks. Now, of course, these were started when I put them into the soil. They already were starting to sprout, so there's that in its favor. So they weren't starting from a store-bought one. You always hear that their store-bought potatoes are sprayed with some kind of inhibitor, which is why I try to go and pick up my sweet potatoes from Whole Foods, because they're organic. But I figured that they wouldn't have had the growth inhibitors applied to them, but it's always taken them a long time. Not so these. These are the ones that I grew in my garden last year and saved over the winter. So they're really taking off. So let's take a look at them. So we're getting some nice growth on the sweet potatoes, and they're getting pretty tall. So I'll be pricking them off from the potato and putting them into a jar of rain barrel water. It's probably a little cold, but after that initial shock, they'll be able to start putting out roots. And that shouldn't take very long either. So really in no time, I should have all the sweet potatoes that I need. So this is the next real big one. So I'm going to, it has like a cluster of little plants down at the bottom. Oh, and it's got some roots too. Which I've just shredded, but that's okay. Now, all of these could all be individual plants. Like I could take this off and put it into a smaller jar. I'm not really going to worry about that. Looks like I'm going to have plenty of plants growing here. At least I hope so. So I'm going to end up pinching off these down here. All these lower leaves. And I'm going to take off this leaf too. There we go. Put this in the water and just see how it is. So I've got these two leaves here, this one and this one. So I'm going to cut it off right there. Like that. And I'm going to put this one into the water. I think what I'm going to do is get a small jar, and I'm going to put these little ones in, but I'll keep them in the water for now. Because I got a plant here that I just peeled off with a nice root system on it. So I'll put that into the small jar as well. I'll put its roots into the water for now. And now on to some more plants. So I got a few more plants in here I'm gonna pry off. And this one also seems to have some roots. So I'll try to not damage them too much. Yeah, I can feel the roots all the way through out here. Big taproot. Okay. So I brought a smaller jar. Right here. And I'm just going to take this whole plant. I'm not going to cut off the lower leaves on this one, just because I think I can get it to sit in there. Yeah, the roots will be down into the water, and the leaves will be above the water. And we got another set right here. And this one's got some roots too. There we go. Nice long roots. And I'm going to cut off these leaves down here. And I guess this one too I will. I'm going to leave that one on. I'm just going to cut these off. Oops, almost cut the root. Okay, so I'll put this one into the large jar. So that one ones in there now. So I think we got like 6 or 7 plants so far. I might leave these on to grow. That's a leaf. Grow a little bit more and see what else comes out. So it was a good start with getting the slips of the sweet potatoes off. We've got 6 plants in the jars right now. A bunch of them have roots on them, so that's a good head start for them. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do when they start really growing, because, as I said, it's only the beginning of March, and they're not going to go out till late May. So they got like 2 months of growing indoors. And I'm probably going to end up having to trim the plants just to keep them from growing up throughout my grow room and turning it into this huge vine. But I'm very happy to see that they're actually growing well and got a good head start on everything. But if you want to see what we're doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here, and then subscribe and hit that notification bell. And that way you'll be able to follow along on the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow supermarket in our own backyard. Okay, thanks for watching.